that water noise was just this, and I can't do anything to that, so I guess the purpose of coming down here is just to hear
I'm here.
the story of the spirit. Oh, I can loot that box then.
It just get poisoned.
Oh. Wow. Okay, that completely wiped out his endurance, which is coming back. It also did significant damage to his health. Okay, no, we were actually warned at the beginning that there would be traps down here, so I need to be more careful, and he needs to stay back. So instead of defensive, let's put him on defend self. I mean, technically, he shouldn't attack anyway because he's a healer. He's set to healing. But let's try it. I don't think setting him to passive will stop him from actually using his skills. Hey, this is locked. Ah, here are the bells. Okay, so if I try to unlock this, it's probably going to tell me...
I can do that.
Can you? I don't know why I tried. Anyway. There's only one bell to click. Something terrible's going to happen if I click that, isn't it? Okay. Right, no. 3 bells hang from the stone protrusion that runs along this wall. Years of dust and grime coat the metal. There is one large bell at the center, flanked by 2 smaller ones. I can examine them or ring. I can choose which one to ring. Examine the bells. The bells appear to be fully intact. They're made of a thick iron and look very heavy. There doesn't appear to be much out of the ordinary about them. I'm going to leave for now. I want to see whether there might be any notes, like the first one we found elsewhere, because we know that we shouldn't ring the first bell first. I'm assuming by the first bell they mean this one. So this should be the first bell to ring, I think, but I don't know which one should come after that. So maybe if we can find some other clue, then we can get through this without dying. Okay, that was the table. Is there anything else I might be able to grab? Anything else on the shelves? Oh, I didn't notice I could loot that shelf. The house terminal. What can be said about the house terminal that isn't whispered fearfully in the back room over the dim light of a dying fire, in fear the wrong set of ears will hear it? The terminal history is colourful and violent, exciting and more than a little bloody. Okay, so this is just quite a long lore book about the family. A family who, it looks, were not particularly great. With power came the corruption. And presumably they are connected to this place. I'm going to take that anyway. And we have golden soul. The smallest gold coin used by Valiant Republics. The soul sun is used for high value transactions. Okay, so great. What about this one? Monsters of the Dead Fire Archipelago. Okay, right. So just different lore books. I wonder whether I'll actually be able to see all of these. So we have a barbed ravager, a winding serpent, a leviathan, Polpavir. I'll take that. I'm not sure whether we can do anything with lore books, other than just carry them around and read them. Let's move up here. This is the bit that I thought... okay, so... another spirit. The nearby crystals light the cracked mosaic floor in shades of orange, and at certain angles the metallic symbol beneath your feet gleams gold. As you look on, the air shimmers, as if with summer heat. The very dust and air seem to pull together until a thin, glowing mist appears before you. In its rippling gleam, you sometimes think you can see the shape of a man, features rendered in broad strokes of air and smoke. Who are you? Is anyone else seeing this? Or I can strike out at the form. I'm pretty sure no one else can see this. I think this is just a watcher thing again. So who are you? Your voice sparks movement. The spirit surges with a sudden blazing light, and in the next moment, you are somewhere else. Your mind assailed with a sudden wave of fear and noise. You are in the chapter hall. Priests and faithful have gathered in a great crowd, spilling into the hall. Bodies press against you, surging forward to listen. Your own grief is mirrored in the faces around you. Some of the initiates are weeping. Someone has snuffed the candles, and the room is dark, save for the podium, lit from behind. 2 people stand before it, lit in silhouette. A man is shouting, voice so ragged with fear you cannot understand what he says. But the rectrix stands calm, unmoved. Her strength will see you all through these dark times. You feel that hope like a spark behind your ribs. Somewhere behind you, someone begins to sing. The spirit tears itself from you with sudden dizzying force, and you find yourself back before the ruined altar swaying. The spirit fades as suddenly as it appeared. Okay, and we have the face of the statue has had most of its features struck off along with portions of its hands. So these are memories of the time, I guess, when the war happened and this place was destroyed and the believers were persecuted. I was kind of hoping that that spirit might give us a clue as to the bell situation. But no, we might literally just have to guess then. Is there anywhere that I haven't explored? Maybe up here in this corner? So...
Nothing I can do.
He's badly injured.
Mind your...
Okay, that took a bit longer than I thought. He is really not doing well.
What?
Can he... He could heal himself, couldn't he? There was a... Not that. I mean, it's not really his endurance that needs fixing now, it's his health.
You can trust me.
Oh, no, don't run ahead. Okay, that was a spirit, but it just disappeared. This parchment is worn and tattered, and the ink upon it faded. In this time of hardship, must have just as much faith in ourselves. Nothing about the bells, though. Where did that spirit go? What's this? Adra. Ah, okay. I didn't realise that was something I was going to be able to pick up. Guess I can craft with that. And copper. Okay, that's still not hugely helpful. Any other books? Any pieces of paper? No. Okay. Maybe down here? Was that a doorway? Oh, I could just go up the stairs there. Do we want to go upstairs or do we want to risk it with the bell? Oh, there's a door down there. Let's get rid of the spider.
I'm here.
Wait, not you. You just stay away from everyone. Stay away from the fighting. In fact, you can go
flame
sneaky
and
mode.
sound. We'll keep to ourselves.
I'm here.
Okay, there's another spider over there. Let's get that. Okay, perfect. Now, let's explore. Whoever sat here left in a hurry. Ink has dripped across the scroll, obscuring its contents. Of course it has. The pile of furniture is branded with scorch marks. Okay, from when the place was burnt down, I guess. Let's be slightly more sensible and just try going upstairs. No, that's... Okay, we can't go upstairs. That's just me looping back round. And we don't just want to go back to the beginning. So I guess we just do have to risk it then with the bells. We know that the first bell was the wrong one to ring first. So let's just go for second bell, then first bell, then third bell. Why are they running that? Okay. Right, okay. Just being in sneaky mode is making him way too slow.
Yes?
Have I already looted this? Could this be a trap? I think that was a trap. Okay, but let's be slightly more careful. Okay. Second bell. You heave at the bell, and as it swings back in the other direction, the clapper strikes a low, powerful note against the heavy iron. You feel the ringing in your chest as the sound moves through the ruined halls in a rolling tide. Okay, now the first one, I think. So move the left smaller bell. The bell tolls a high, piercing note of startling power. The tone echoes merrily through the halls until it seems a dozen chirping notes ring through the temple. Okay, ring the right smaller bell. The bell sounds a strange, warbling peal that grows to a painful shrillness before it diminishes to a mournful chime. Okay, so nothing has happened yet. Shall we ring the middle bell again? You heave at the bell, and as it swings back in the other direction, the clapper strikes a low, powerful note against the heavy iron. Same thing as before. Continue. A strange hush falls upon the room, muting the sound of the bells and the eternal drip of damp stone alike. And then a sudden dissonant toll sounds from the bells, so loud and piercing you're compelled to cover your ears. Have I done this wrong? And then, at last, silence once more. Okay, does that just mean that I did this wrong? The bells appear fully intact. Okay.
I can do that.
And you're still locked.
I'm here.
I must be missing something, unless I just need to come back here when I have a character who can pick the lock. I'm fairly sure I've been in every place. Maybe I need to go and speak to Withen? Was his name Withen again? What's in here? Oh, that was, yeah, that place. Okay.
Well met, friend.
Oh, Wharton. Nods at you in greeting, cradling his injured arm. You've returned. Find anything? I'm still exploring the upper level, no sign of anything yet. I've reached a strange door by some bells. Do you know how to open it? Yes. Ah, that door. I swear, you used to be able to feel those bells above the ground. Feel it through the dirt. He shakes his head. I know you have to ring them in order, and that's all. One of their rituals. You might find more information in the Rectrix's room. Maybe even a key. It's over by the scriptorium with all the books. Okay, did I miss a room? The Rectrix's room. It's over by the scriptorium with all the books. And Scalder too. Okay, so the room with all the books was over here, right? Okay. So it's by here. It's by the room with all the books. There's no way to get out of here, so I guess this one, maybe?
A simple test. That's settled.
Unlocked. It's a hunting book. Okay. The Great Western Stag and Book of Verses. Okay, the Great Western Stag is going to be a story. Yes, it is. I'm just going to skim this for any mention of bells, just in case. I don't think that's that useful. A Book of Verses. Small volume of verses and psalms is somewhat battered, suggesting it used to be carried on someone's person. Maybe this will be a bit more helpful. The pages are dog-eared and worn, and the gold threads which form the title of the book have begun to fray. The book tends to open to a particular section where someone has marked a verse with a small blotch of ink. Yes, I think this is going to be it. Eadnung the bright star spoke, and her voice was like a clarion cry, calling his soul forth. He knew her for the right hand of the shining god and was afraid. O wanderer, hear me, she spoke. You are known to us, and your deeds put you far from salvation. And he wept, for he knew that his sins were laid bare before this great illumination. Then Sargamis spoke, and his voice swept forth with the heat and force of the bright day's sun. Weep not, for the child of light has forgiveness, even for you, if you will embrace him. Honk knelt before them, then resolved to save himself, and asked what he must do. And Modigan spoke. Her voice was like a songbird's final hymn, bidding farewell to the day's light. What darkness lies within you, you must cast into his light. Your sins will be burned from you until you are newly formed, reborn into his keeping. So spoke Modigan. But Eadnung warned him, saying, You have walked all these years into darkness and must now return. You will find the path like treading fire, and at every step you'll be tempted to turn away, but no harm will come to you if you keep your faith. Okay, this is definitely a clue for the bells. It only specifically mentions right, left, or middle at the beginning. He knew that this was the right hand of the shining god, so I guess the right one is the first bell. The other clues seem to be in the sounds, I think. So the first voice, or the second voice, I should say, after that is heat and force of bright day's light. One of the bells did have a brighter sound than the other. And the songbird's final hymn is probably the one that had the mournful sound. Okay, let's take that. Is there anything else in here? That guy at the start seemed to think that there could be a key in here, but maybe he is wrong about that. Unless the Book of Verses is the key. Just desperately scrolling over everything just in case we can pick something up. Okay. Now, the only problem being with following that verse, I can't remember which bell made which sound now because I wasn't paying that much attention to that. But I think that's definitely suggesting that the right-hand bell is the first one. So if we try the right smaller bell as the first bell, a warbling peal that grows to a painful shrillness before it diminishes to a mournful chime, then I think the bright bell was the left one. A high piercing note of startling power echoes merrily through the halls, which leaves the middle larger bell maybe not. Okay. We would need to have very good mechanics to be able to just unlock this without the bells. So we need to work out the puzzle. I'm going to keep thinking about this, and we'll come back and get through this door next time.